Nou, thank you all for coming. Bedankt allemaal voor het komen. Ik zou het zelf heel leuk vinden. I would like us to open the floor, maybe a little bit for a little response and questions, maybe. Does anyone have any questions?
Maybe you want to speak or
Yeah, then let's grab one. Can we get some light in there? Because we're only seeing lights now. Thank you.
What do you think you saw?
Hey, can Simon hear us?
No, we have to put a microphone on. Even a phone.
Maybe just put it here so.
Simon, can you hear
us?
Yes.
Hey, hi.
Hey.
Hello.
Can we speak here as well?
We're safe to go back onto the screen?
Yes.
Do you want to have a little chat with the audience?
Can we put the video from the taping the
Why
audience?
not?
Why not?
Show them.
We will wait.
So this is our days.
Yes.
Does anyone have any questions or interpretations? What did you think? Is there an online audience?
Can you explain a little bit how you worked on this? Because it's quite a new form.
It's very subtle. Ah, no. You can see the actors.
Do you want to answer the question, Simon?
What?
Did you hear the question? No.
I can't hear.
The audience are asking questions now.
Maybe you can answer that.
Yeah, but I need a connection, I think,
Okay.
with him. Do you understand what's going on?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, this is how it has been to working on this. Yeah, we've been actually from Tuesday on, we've had workshops online with German people and us, all from our own houses. And can I ask you, would you prefer English or Dutch? Who prefers Dutch? Yeah.
I heard some English as well, though. So.
But English
Okay.
because of the.
We'll do it. We'll keep it English then. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we've been doing the workshops all week. Every morning there was a workshop. In the evening we did a Zoom conference with the German people as well. And actually from Thursday on we've been on the floor here creating material together. So this project is actually, all the material has been created this week. And we've been creating it online together with the Germans. So we've been Zooming every day to create performances together. First independently, I guess, all from home, and then we all put it together here in the theater, and it has been a technical
Journey.
journey. Yeah, maybe that's a good word for it, because it's actually very complicated to make this happen, and in our heads it was very easy, but in real life, well, I think you can see it in the performance as well. What I think the performance is a little bit reflexive of how we created it, so a little self-reflexive in a way, because it really tells us about the Zoom medium and how it is to work and how we feel when we work with Zoom and what we would like to change maybe.
Maybe good to mention it.
Would you like to add something?
Maybe good to mention that this was supposed to be an exchange. So the Germans were supposed to be here in
Yeah.
the room, physically with us. So also the change to online, offline blended performance was something that we never anticipated doing. Nobody knew what it was going to be. We didn't even know what medium it was going to be on, like Facebook, FaceTime, Zoom. Skype, Discord, what else we got? Like anything. Live stream.
WhatsApp,
Snapchat.
Facebook Live,
5G, 4G, whatever.
whatever.
We have to decide on that. So all of this is a work in progress, I guess. But we like the fact that we had this space, that we were actually able to sit here with you guys.
Kun je in de microfoon praten?
Yeah, so we like the fact that we are here in the space and online at the same time. It's a big challenge. You have all the challenges of physical life and all the challenges of digital life, facing that at the same time. So thanks for bearing that with us, and we hope for a real exchange somewhere in the future. I think you know the proposed dates for that, right?
Yeah, it's supposed, for everyone who's interested, it's supposed to happen from the 6th until the 10th of November now. Then this exchange is going to be happening the other way around. But we don't know, of course, in these crazy times that we're in, if it's going to be online or offline. We hope it's going to be offline, but I think it's also, we have something that we can develop a bit further now. And yeah, hopefully this will grow into something crazy. And I don't know how you feel about it, but what do you think of the future of theater?
Maybe the parties
Simon.
can introduce themselves.
Yeah, maybe also to
Simon,
introduce the colleagues.
Christoph, so the people on the screen, big surprise, they are not the spectators. They are actors. So maybe they would like to say something about their experience, and also because they are the people that we are going to visit in Germany in November, maybe they would like to introduce themselves as Studio 7 and tell a little bit more about that.
Well, we are basically a theater group here in Germany, and we had, since many years now, a very good and vivid contact with ZIT Theater in Amsterdam. And we enjoyed, even if we are not here, all of us tonight, we enjoyed very much this collaboration. Because at the moment, it is for theaters, everywhere a time of redefining the own creative work until the actual presence of spectator and actor can be achieved again in a kind of relaxed way. A privilege, I think, which you deserve certainly at the moment in Amsterdam, in Zitzer. We are looking very much forward to the collaboration on the beginning of November, which is a collaboration which certainly will take the material which we gathered now and the working techniques which we gathered now into account, because these funny times won't be over, these strange times. And but it is also a special time for Germany. The 9th of November is a kind of crucial day in our country, and we will have the opportunity to talk a little bit more about it. Trying to find creative material on what is happening to a society in times of pressure, in times of change, in times of looking forward to an unknown future. Patricia, Simon, Kata, please.
Just a little.
We would like to hear questions from the audience.
Can I
We're
ask
speaking
one
into the
thing?
dark at the moment.
Do they hear me?
No.
So we would like to answer anything which comes up.
Okay.
Just to make sure for everyone, technical is very difficult to speak and also do the Zoom. So I have to switch all the time. So we have to pause in between the question and the answering. So I can switch very quickly. And
Not your life.
A practical question. Not all Dutch people here know what the 9th of November is in Germany. Maybe it's good to elaborate a little bit.
Simon?
It's how could you say, a historical marathon date, so we have several things to not celebrate, so it's a not celebration day. So we have I remember now 2 things, but there are more. So there is the Reichspogromnacht, which was the 9th of November in 1938, 34? Yeah, no,
38.
38, yes. So where there was the big mob destroying all the Jewish shops and houses. So this is on 9th of November,
And synagogues.
and synagogues. We in Schwerte, we have in our town we have a synagogue which is not there anymore, and so it's just an empty space. And also 9th of November was the fall of the wall. In '89, but there are other aspects to that date. So, and there is a kind of a memorial day.
It might not be known outside of Germany, but there had been the attempt of a small revolution right after the First World War. And that also happened on the 9th of December, but we didn't succeed in anything there. And there are a couple of dates which remind us on the labyrinths we march through when we move in society. Well, but that should not be the question of this evening.
Are there any more related questions from the audience?
I'm very, I'm lacking the experience of being in the audience in Amsterdam now. How was it to perceive this strange kind of attempt to create theater which is both physical and digital?
Okay. Thank you, Christoph. We actually have a question here for you, or for anyone.
How long are you playing together as a group, the Dutch group? How do you know each other?
That's a good question. Who likes to answer?
I didn't hear.
How long do we know each other as a group? And how long have we been playing together is the question. Would you like to answer, Rosa?
Well, during this week, we've been playing together, and we met a week before, but like a week before or something, but not all of us. So we didn't know each other before this project.
Until Thursday, basically,
Yeah.
in real life.
I think basically on Thursday we went. Yeah, sorry. So on Thursday we were here for the first time, but before that, I think on Tuesday evening we started to meet each other on Zoom online, and we did some workshops, and on Wednesday we did some workshops as well, and we made some individual things at home, and then at Thursday, yeah, we were here to actually try it on the floor and to pierce it all together. So it was a very short time. Yeah.
Any more questions? Yeah?
The text which was spoken in the beginning from the screen, for instance on mass fake news and about rebelliousness, revolution actually, about the final stage of extinction they are Sibylle back. I think I read it on the screen, but they were prepared. This is not a. It didn't come to your mind since Tuesday. That's what I asked. Actually.
It's from a book.
It's from
this.
It's a novel.
Novel. It's a novel about a dystopian future, where everything is dictated by algorithms and social media. So that's where the excerpt came from. German author. Very good read. Very terrible. Very depressing.
may I make another remark? Because here in the audience I had two associations, one was with Laurie Anderson's Oh Superman from the 70s, or 83 or something, and the other one was the Kraftwerk. So I don't know if it's deliberately or is it the kind of language used on theater which came to us in this performance. I don't know. But this is how I perceived it.
I think Marta would like to answer this question.
The microphone can also transmit corona even if it doesn't touch the
Yeah, don't.
So in some instances, videos we play or language that we use sounds already very robotic. And sometimes that was our intention and sometimes it was not intentional. So whilst writing this whole play and making all this, we stumbled upon some technical difficulties. Very practical things like how do I light up one person, make them big on Zoom? And there are just limits. So we made a decision to develop in Zoom or use this kind of sound or use that video through Zooms. And by making that choice, we limited ourselves very much. And we were kind of becoming also the slaves of the technologies that we used. So sometimes something gets blurry or it gets like stop motion like, and that's like basically, so what happens to our characters happened to us as makers. So we became like slaves of the systems, the audio, the video that we used. So yeah, that it might be intentional, the things that you saw, or they might be unintentional, both.
Any more
Keep
questions?
distance.
Yeah.
I don't have a question.
Maybe you can repeat or not. Is somebody say you repeat in the microphone?
I don't have a question, but it's more a thing that I really liked. Is that I think it's Smoking Matilda or Simon or your alter ego. That you were you changed your character via the medium. So you also have this on Instagram and you have these bunny ears or whatever. And I liked it a lot. And I wanted to see more of it. So,
Joop is saying that she really liked the performance of the Smoking Simon or Smoking Matilda, whatever, and she especially liked how you use the medium to change your appearance, and like you can also do that on other kinds of social media. Is that correct?
yeah, and then you can even work with it even that you don't even recognize yourself like more, because today I saw on Instagram you have like huge eyes and huge lips.
Yeah, yeah.
It becomes really weird, and I think you all became kind of like virtual. So I felt that I want to see more of it.
Yeah. Well, it actually reminded you of all that you can use this like in other senses in which you really change the aspects of your face and make your eyes bigger and your like the whole like what you can do on Instagram. And as I understand, you would have liked to see more of it, and for us to explore this.
I can develop a whole talent show. Stay tuned to it next year.
I have a question.
No, I find it very. I also find it very funny and also interesting. Also, I think it's a little bit. Always the question or the task to try to create some, as Brecht would call it, Verfremdungseffekt. With this you can do it, but I think also the task, and I don't know if it's achieved, that normally all these technical things, as you see through it normally, you see that it's technical, so you have, somehow I think what we should train or try to train to try to make is to make some kind of atmosphere and some kind of real ambiguous things with that. But we have to explore a little bit more how this works and to create it even better. So that was a first attempt. The strangest thing is that we, for instance, I don't know how it came to you, how it was for you to see it. If you heard the music, if you heard the voice. I forgot to put the microphone up and to unmute, so you didn't hear me, but I didn't notice. So this is these problems, these simple problems.
We have one more, thank you for the explanation. We have one more question here. What's your question?
Well, I thought it was a really good view on Verblendungseffect, effect, so what he did also with the gender roles, because you more look like female in that sense, so I thought that was my question, but I just wanted to say that about that. I'm curious if you had a concept about the topic of the theater already in mind. Was it something that was already set in stone, and then with all of the actors, then you discussed it, or your internally critical assumptions about social media? Me, myself, I'm very critical of social media, and I think it's more exceptional when you're not on it than when you're actually on it. But I really like it, so that's why I'm not on it, but that's why, this feeds me this kind of theater, because it really, to hear these things, because we're kind of mesmerized and we're becoming zombies of these machines, and yeah, so I'm curious, did you already have this concept in mind and want to do it like this, and our generation is becoming addicted and
So the question here is, did we already have a clear concept in mind before we started, and we brainstormed on that, or did we really get together and decide upon it completely now, right?
Yeah.
Who likes to answer that?
Thanks.
Yeah, sure, I can answer. Right, yeah, very difficult. So basically, I think, the project already exists. So Choose and Dare is a yearly recurring theater project, right? So what we did was explore on the fact, okay, what do we want to do with that theme, Choose and Dare? And we already had some ideas, I think, about. They're calling each other.
They're phoning together.
Or they're acting, I don't know.
But anyway, so we already had the idea of, maybe we want to do something, because we knew that we were going to have this screen here and they were going to be online and that we were going to be on the floor. So we thought, we already had an idea of maybe something like a game that we are avatars, like a game character, and they are playing something with that. But then, later on during the week, I think we had more ideas about AI algorithms, just robotic things, and also, using Zoom. We kind of thought about this idea. We explored it a bit.
And maybe something of emergency also emerged.
Yeah, so it's also about, I think, in that way, so choosing and actually holding on to that choice you made and doing something with that. It's also applying to, I think, what you guys had in your scene, about how you treat the system right now, what problems you face, and how you choose to act on that. It sounds very deep, but
I'm not going to tell you this whole story. But you know it because you've been here with us. Any more questions?
Yes, can they introduce themselves?
Oh, the question.
Because it's interesting, we don't know if they are actors, what they are doing in their daily life. Yes,
good question.
the actors.
The question is if you can please introduce yourself as person and as performer.
Performer.
Who are you? Yeah, the German people on the screen.
But also the Dutch people.
Okay, I'm Simon Bronikowski. I'm actor at Studio 7, and I took care of this project, Choose and Dare, also managing. And that's me. And this is Patricia, my partner, and also actress and managing Studio 7 here in Schwerte, near Dortmund, 3 hours from Amsterdam.
It's also far away now.
Cheers.
Hi, I'm Kata. I am not really Schauspieler, God, my brain. Actress. Sorry, I'm just a participant now. I was originally asked to organise the trip to Amsterdam, which then didn't work out, so I kind of stayed on and did my little bit, and I'm very much hoping that in November there will be more for me to do, because that will mean that you can come and we can all rehearse and do cool stuff together. And I've worked with Studio Students a couple of times. We go far back, so yeah, that's me.
Christoph?
No, I'm called the artistic director of Studio Cine. And I founded it, and I'm working with Zing & Pato for many, many years now. And we are running here a small little bar, and where we have our working rooms. And we make our living as a free group, basically not supported by the town or the country. But we are very free in organizing our own work here. There are others who have contributed, like Tabea, which you saw dancing with a mask, like other people from which can't be here online tonight, and only contributed indirectly to the project here. Well, we are something like this old kind of free group, Dinosaur, which still exists in some places of Europe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now
for the
performance here in the theater with us. Osa, could you introduce yourself, Lil? You have your own microphone here.
Yeah, but I don't know how to
I mean,
do
they
it.
know us, right? I think we can just do it for the audience here.
Or you can hold it somewhere nearby. Well,
Yeah.
I'm Rosa Eid. I'm from Finland. I study media and culture, but I really want a future in theater. And I have done community college acting school for 1 year previously, and done youth theater and things of that sort. But then somehow I strayed off of theater a bit, so this is sort of my comeback to it, and I very much enjoyed it.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
It's nice to hear.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Marta?
Hi, I am Marta. I'm 27 years old. I work as a psychologist, and I write stuff. I want to write stuff even more. And last year I did a performance at Fringe Festival where I was one of the players, but also the director, and I used a projector. And I thought that that was the hardest digital thing that I would ever do in my life, theater-wise. Little did I know. So yeah, that's basically it.
Nice anecdote. Merel, who are you?
Hi, I'm Merel, I'm 25. I work in journalism, as ages they know. I work in journalism, and yeah, I do theater, I do music, and yeah, I perform in a play called Home Monologue, which is about LGBT issues in high schools, and I'm in a youth theater group. And this week has been very challenging, very frustrating at times, but also really, really nice to actually be back in the physical theater space, which for me was the first time since February or March, I think. So I'm very grateful to Zit Theater for still making it somehow happen. They had to postpone it and change the plan so many times, and people have been so, so great to us, and especially Lot, she's been our anchor this week. So yeah, thankful to the theater to have this opportunity.
Yeah, I completely agree. So my name is Cyril, I'm 23. I'm not sure what to say, but yeah, I finished a bachelor in English, you would call it cultural and social development, which I quite focused on theater, and yeah, I've been studying theater a lot, and I want to look at it into it further, maybe professionally, I don't know, but yeah. So
What is your dream? The one we talked about.
That's a big one. Well, I told you guys, I have no idea, but
You don't have to be.
well, I was looking maybe like theater teaching. This is a study, but I mean, my parents are sitting here; they don't even know what that is. No, but I mean, yeah, sure, I'll look it up, and many things that I want to try in life, of course. Yeah.
Does anyone have a question? Is there because I have a small question maybe, but
I don't have a question, but I want to say that I liked the performance very much because it was so ambiguous, because we started with a kind of critical look at using the internet and filling your performances, and it reminds me of the circle. And then the performance started, and you see that it's also very nice, because it's very nice that we can have actors from Germany here who are at home, and we can see in this time and make a performance with them. So
Very good.
you see both sides of the good and the bad things of it, so that's what I like to.
I'm not sure if the people in Germany catch
Oh,
this.
you're actually on.
Sorry that you didn't hear anything this far. There has been a very nice note that, what's your name? Marjolein really liked the ambiguity of the performance, and that it shows not only like the frustrating and strange sides of internet and like being stuck in the system, but also the possibilities that it creates for actors to join us still from Germany. More or less. I wanted to ask you if you, because Marta already said something about it, if any of you ever did something like this before, technical performance or digital performance.
Not to this level, for sure.
No.
I have not done any digital things, no. I have been in play that has been recorded, but that's very different, of course. Not like on Zoom, people playing online and playing on the floor. Never did that.
Maybe someone of the German people?
Christoph,
Simon, if I may speak, we did from the very beginning of the corona crisis in the beginning of March, we continued the collaboration, which something with a group, we are members, Parliament of Practices it's called. It's artists from all over Europe, from South America, from China. We met in the internet on Zoom, and in the beginning we only exchanged our circumstances, the situation, the ideas, what one could do, how one could respond and react, and this led to a couple of activities, both in collaboration with universities and in the development of internet strategies to translate the creative process, which consists in a live performance, which happens in the live performance between the actor and the spectator, to transport this somehow in digital communication. So we did not really perform a lot on internet, but we investigated a lot and developed strategies to be used to respond actively. This experience here during the last week, jumping all of us into it, was something exceptional, I must say. And if I may say to the Dutch colleagues, including the staff of LOT, Theatre, it was an enormous surprise, and I'm enormously grateful for the experience of your ability to collaborate, to react, to be creative, to not be stuck by sudden illnesses, to just go on and move on and try. And I would love to work with you this sounds funny now, but in a physical space. It was amazing to work with you. Thank you.
We from the very beginning realized that doing something online is not theater, like it is something else. So as you said, we have to translate somehow, and then also discover the possibilities of the other medium, which is the other forms of communication, which can extend to very different tools or media. For instance, I started to create a podcast on theater. And we started to work on different kinds of fields and more in an interactive kind of way. So this is maybe also what I draw from this, that you can do things online. You should go on and work and never forget that this is not the theater that we want, but try to find something new out of it that maybe also can stay in our skill set or in our memories.
Actually, I'd like to add something.
If I may add, this is not the theater what I long for, but it is the theater what I want at the moment, because it's possible and it's fruitful, and the collaboration is very, very positive.
Yeah, thank you. I think that's both like really beautifully spoken of you. Cyril wanted to add something?
Well, no, I just thought of like when I did actually do a theater collaboration, which was started before Corona broke out actually. So it started in December last year, and then Corona happened. And then we moved online, so we started doing a lot of Zoom meetings, we changed the performance, which would have been on stage, to something like an online Instagram, which the director chose. So, in that way we changed it to a play on a stage, to more of a search of how for that topic it was about. I think I don't even remember actually. What? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but so what we did was we changed it to more of a audio-visual experience instead of a theater play. Yeah, but it was still very interesting, I think. Yeah.
Thank you. Do we have any more questions, or would we like to have no drinks, because we're not allowed to stay here, of course. Is there anything else?
If we stay on a place, we can have one drink. If we stay, if we don't move around and start to hug each other, then of course the actors should have some drinks.
Yes, drinks for the actors also enjoy.
Yes. Can I say something, Lot?
Of course.
Okay, I will talk very loud, director of the theater. Yes. Thank you very much for coming, and I'm really, should I go there? So you see me now, so yes. Yes, guys, I'm Caroline Spice, I'm the director of the theater, and I'm very happy that this project happened, because we canceled it in March because of the corona. And now almost we cancel it again. And then we decided to do it online. And I'm very happy that these young people, together with Lot, with Dan, with Martin, and did it from our side. And that Simon was so decided to do it online in any case. So then I thought, okay, I just take my hands off and leave them do it. And I'm really surprised, and it's really a very nice result. I will not call it theater, of course, because Christoph and me come from a same source of theater, from physical theater, and it says enough. If you do physical theater, you have to be physical present. So that means a lot, that means something. But I'm very happy, and I think that this, specifically for international collaboration, because as Z Theater now, at this moment, we have partners in 10 countries, and we cannot go anywhere. So for us, it's really a very sad situation. So for us, it feels like the way to bring this world that we work together here, and to have these two worlds together, to have the people from here working together, from people from Germany, for it's 3 hours driving, we cannot do it. But people from Morocco, we couldn't see for 2 years. So it's a very inspirational, because it gives different opportunities. We didn't think about it. That it could be that you are so close together with each other. So in this sense, it makes a lot of possibilities and scenarios to working with people that are very far away and very close to us. Normally we were traveling to Morocco and back for once, 2 times, 3 times in a year. And we are not doing this for 2 years now, 1.5 years. So in this sense, I think it's very interesting collaboration, specifically for people that are very far away, but also people that are in Breda or Maastricht and would like to be with us. So that opens different doors. So it's very good of you all that you are busy with this in any profession you have. It opens different possibilities. It's a new scenario. So, and thank you very much for joining us, and I know that a lot of people joined us on the internet. And I really hope, I don't believe in November. Honestly, I think in November we will be stuck as we are now. But I talked with Simon before, and I said Explorers 2021 will be in 2 last week of May and 1st week of June. And we have to repeat this live in Studio 7 here. And we have also to try to go there in May or June, because I think this will be much more possible than now. Thank you very much, and it was really beautiful. So, see you next time online in Frankfurt. Corona is around there.
Yeah, I think on that note, we've come to the end of tonight's performance. Let's turn back on the lights and we get a drink. And for the German people, we will talk to each other later. Woo!